Michelle, Randy, thank you, and welcome to Williamsport for our continuing coverage of the Little League World Series. Today it's day 3, and more memories are set to be written after a fantastic first 2 days.
We are about to be taken on a
Kimau, and it's a no-hitter for Japan.
A masterful performance. 15 strikeouts for Connor Curtis.
Center field to the wall and a slam. Omar Vargas. Oh
my. Welcome to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Sun shining on this Friday to ride into the weekend, and a reminder on how it all works. 20 teams. We crown a champion 2 Sundays from today. The age range, 10 to 12-year-olds, and it is mostly 12-year-olds here. 6-inning games on a field that has 225-foot dimensions, and every player on every team plays in every game. Day 2 yesterday was outstanding, much like day 1. Curaçao, runners-up last year, they beat Australia. Jalen Will got a shout-out from Trevor Bauer for this. Seattle, Washington had the bats. Boy, they've been hot since the start of the state tournament. Got a win over Maine. Back to the international side, Chinese Taipei was perfect. Only the 8th perfect game in Little League World Series history. Then in the nightcap on the U.S. side, California, they went back-to-back. Got a win over Ohio in a rain-shortened game. 16 teams have already played 1 time each. The last 4 get into action today for the first time. And again, it's a modified double elimination format as you check out the record so far. First game today is in the international bracket. Maracaibo, Venezuela, representing Latin America, oozes baseball history and takes aim at Panama, who on Wednesday threw a combined no-hitter in its first game, and that's been one of the big stories so far in Williamsport as we say hello once again. He's Xavier Scruggs. I'm Mike Monaco. Sebastian Salazar joins us in a moment. So 4 international games. 3 of them have been no-hitters, including a perfect game. We had a kid yesterday throwing 81 miles an hour, and yet no one has had a better stat line than Panama's Omar Vargas.
Oh, Omar Vargas, keep your eyes on number 21 because he does it all. From a pitching standpoint, he was disgusting. It was strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. You saw the fastball velocity, but then my man had the off-speed working too, and he was throwing all strikes. My man turned around and grabbed his stick, and then he went grand slam to center field over the trees. So if you're going to keep your eyes glued on one player, number 21 might be the right one.
And Omar is standing by with our Sebastian Salazar.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, as you mentioned, Omar Vargas, one of the stars for Panama in their tournament opening win over the Czech Republic. Want to see how he felt after the game and how he celebrated. Omar, felicidades por la primera victoria en el torneo contra República Checa. ¿Cómo te sentiste después del partido y cómo celebraron el grupo?
Bueno, me sentí muy bien. El equipo celebró muy contento y los técnicos más que nada estaban muy contentos de nosotros por la victoria.
He was very happy, the team was very happy, but most importantly, and more happy than anybody else, were the coaches. Now, we know Omar is a very good player. We also know he's one of the leaders, and that leadership comes from experience he's had. He's one of the few players on this team to travel internationally. Me dijiste antes del torneo que había un mensaje a tus compañeros previo a meterse al avión. ¿Qué les dijiste para prepararse para este torneo?
Bueno, le dije que se prepararan bien, que cero nervios, que cuando llegáramos aquí hiciéramos el trabajo para dejar al país en alto.
So he told them that when we got here, we had to put in a lot of work to put the country's name on top, and that there were to be zero nerves. 0 nerves from our guy Omar Vargas in the first game. Let's see if he can replicate it in the second. Guys, back to you.
None at all, Seabass. That is Omar, and they go up against Venezuela, a country that's been here 22 times. 16 of those 22 have been the city of Maracaibo. Venezuela, we watch them for the first time this year here today. They got a personality, and Arturo Sanchez.
Yeah, Arturo Sanchez, they're calling him El Payaso. You're getting your Spanish 101 today because that means the clown. Look, he looks serious at first, but he gets the boys going. They're having a good time, staying loose, staying energetic, and that's going to be the key for Venezuela's first game today.
And he is on the bump for Venezuela. 4 more games today, starting with this one. Yeah, hello. Strap in, kick off your weekend with some Little League. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Last year, the Little League World Series expanded to 20 teams, so 10 international teams, and you add up the mileage and the distance to get to South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's more than 40,000 miles. Long distances to get to this point, and we told you this team from Venezuela represents the San Francisco Little League in Maracaibo, a little more than 2,100 miles away in the northwestern part of the country. Second largest city in Venezuela, and in Maracaibo, they are baseball crazy with a ton of long-time connections to Little League. Let's meet the team.
Mi nombre es Gabriel y mi cantante favorito es Peso Pluma.
Mi nombre es Cristian Trompi y mi jugador favorito es Fernando Tatís Jr.
Mi nombre es José Núñez y mi actor favorito es Vin Diesel. Mi nombre es David Pedroso y mi comida favorita es hot dog.
Mi nombre es Gerson Pereira, mi equipo favorito es Houston Astros.
Mi nombre es Adrián Soto y mi mollo favorito es de la risa.
Mi nombre es Aaron Villalobos y mi comida favorita es hamburguesa.
Mi nombre es Omar Basabe y mi jugador favorito es Manny Machado.
Mi nombre es Leonel Contreras y mi actor favorito es William Smith.
Mi nombre es Luis Rangel y mi equipo favorito es Bravos Atlanta. Mi nombre es Luis Vargas y mi jugador favorito es José Altuve. Mi nombre es Alexia Ternava y mi equipo favorito los Padres San Diego.
Mi nombre es Andrea Ávila y mi actor favorito es Vin Diesel.
Mi nombre es Arturo Sánchez y mi comida favorito es el pollo frito.
All right, so there they are, the Venezuelan group who went 6-0 in the Latin America region. They outscored their opponents 46-4. It was hosted in Maracaibo in early July. They go up against the starting pitcher for Panama, and let's meet Ruben Canto. It's brought to you by Dollar Car Rental. We did see him come out in relief in the 5th inning behind Omar Vargas, who is not eligible to pitch today, so we get to watch Canto.
Yeah, El Pimentoso has that arm side run with the fastball, does a good job of being able to locate his curveball as well. He'll be looked upon to start this game with the command. That's going to be big for him, throwing strikes early on.
El Pimentoso, peppery. He got named that by the local media back home on the journey to get here, and it is stuck. Some arm side run to start out, and he misses away to Gerson Pereira in the leadoff spot for Venezuela. Yeah, so with 20 teams now, there's 4 that got to wait around until day 3 to play their first games. So you know Venezuela is excited for this.
Yeah, they've been chomping at the bit. Big thing for them to kind of slow the nerves down, make sure you're breathing, and just doing what you've been doing just to get here. Don't feel like you have to do anything extra.
Pereira, one of the older guys on the team, is only a few weeks away from turning 13. I told you the max is obviously a 12-year-old. And that cutoff date right around the start of September. You saw in the profile of Maracaibo and Venezuela so much baseball history. Pereira says his favorite player is Andres Jimenez, Venezuelan native. All-star last year, Gold Glove winner, still only 24. There's a lot of great players from the country for these guys to look up to. 3-2 from Canto and a comebacker. One away. All right, if you're new to the Little League World Series this year, it's a little bit different than prior years. Instead of 1 through 9 like you would expect, however many players are on your roster, up to 14, you bat them all before the lineup turns over. And the idea is, instead of everyone just getting 1 at-bat, if you can get everyone multiple at-bats here, that's a win. So 1 down, it brings up Venezuela's center fielder, Leonard Contreras. And he's got a great nickname as well. I've had a lot of them. La Gacela, the Gazelle.
I mentioned they were going to get the Spanish 101 today.
Yes. 5'9", 119 pounds, you see, for the Gazelle. Pops one up to Omar Vargas and a couple of quick ones.
And ultimately, that's what you're looking for, specifically from your pitcher. And Kanto trying to get those quick outs. Get your guys back into the dugout. Keep that momentum going so you can get the sticks going on your side, knowing you already won the first game.
Ruben Canto's got 2 outs in the first, and it brings up the shortstop for Venezuela, Osman Basabe. Basabe is a popular name in professional baseball. He looks up to his older brother, who was drafted by the Padres in 2017. And that Osman is cousins with Luis Matos, made his big league debut this year for the Giants. Cousins with Osleves Basabe, who made his major league debut on Sunday for the Rays and had a double in his debut in the majors. And then cousins as well with a couple of Luis Basabes who've been around baseball as well in the professional ranks for a few years. Kato freezes Osman Basabe, and it's a 1-2-3 first and a K-strut. Panama, this team is from Santiago de Veraguas, about 2,300 miles from Williamsport. And Panama as a country, well, they've got jungles that cover about 40% of the land area. It's a country of about 4.5 million. And last year, Panama was here as a country for the first time since 2018. This is now the 12th time overall. And let's meet the boys from Santiago de Veraguas.
Mi nombre es Aymar Lima y mi jugador favorito es Aaron George.
Mi nombre es Rubén Canto y mi equipo preferido son los Mets de Nueva York. Mi nombre es Frances Rodríguez y mi músico favorito es Michael Jackson.
Mi nombre es Alberto Donay de Grande, quiero ser ingeniero civil.
Mi nombre es Ian Corrales y mi equipo preferido es los Padres de San Diego. Mi nombre es Lucas González y mi materia favorita es Ciencias Naturales. Mi nombre es Isaac Vázquez y mi jugador preferido es Juan Soto.
Mi nombre es Edwin López y de grande quiero ser veterinario. Mi nombre es Sonny Guerra y mi jugador favorito es Mookie Betts. Mi nombre es Alan Rodríguez y mi emoji favorito es el emoji de la risa.
Mi nombre es Iker Sánchez y mi jugador favorito es Mundo Sosa.
Mi nombre es Ian Vargas y mi actor favorito es Adam Sandler. Mi nombre es Nessin Santos y mi equipo favorito es los Yankees de Nueva York.
Mi nombre es Omar Vargas y mi actor favorito es Vin Diesel.
And 21 you saw is Omar Vargas, who bats third in this lineup. And what's he going to do for an encore?
21, can you do something for me? It's going to be fun watching him. We've seen a lot of the tools already on display from a pitching standpoint and a hitting standpoint. It'll be fun to watch what he has in store.
He'll bat here in the first against the Cloud, Arturo Sanchez. You ask him why he plays Little League. He says, well, because I love this sport and I want to be a big leaguer someday.
That's what it's all about, the love of the game. And watching him during his warm-ups pre-game, the velocity looks good, the off-speed looks like something to keep an eye on. Big curveball guy, threw a lot of them.
He faces Francesc Rodriguez, who, when he squares the bunt, even if he's not actually intending to bunt, he gets his money's worth. Only left-handed hitter for Panama, wiggling and waggling, taking a strike. Francesc walked and scored in the 4th inning. Also out of the leadoff spot for Panama in that game Wednesday against the Czech Republic. It's a combined no-hitter, as we told you, for Panama, with 18 strikeouts. Arturo's 2-1. Line drive, left field, base hits. Francesc Rodriguez is on with a leadoff single for Panama on the first.
And that's how you get the party started. Look at the smoothness of this lefty swing, staying back, ball traveling, letting it get deep. Opposite field knock to get the party rolling.
You were so impressed with swings like that from the team from Chinese Taipei yesterday, which, like Panama, was very impressive in its first game.
Yeah, this is what stands out to me when I come to the Little League World Series, is how advanced a lot of their swings are. Remember when I was 11 and 12, it was more like whatever is close, I'm swinging at it, trying to hit it. These guys, do a good job of seeing the ball deep, using the whole field.
Brings up Ruben Canto, starting pitcher, who had a single on Wednesday right before. On the very next pitch, Omar Vargas hit that grand slam. Sanchez is 1-0 and a bunt bid to make it 1-1.
And you see early on, they're already trying to advance the runners, trying to scratch that first run by getting runners in scoring position, allowing the next guy to see if he can get the knock to bring him in.
Gets the bunt down this time to third, and Luis Vargas throws him out.
Perfectly executed bunt right there. Gotta love the ability to get it towards the third baseman in Vargas. We see it again. The technique is good. Gets the barrel out there. Deadens the baseball over towards third and gives his team an opportunity for their first runner in scoring position.
And for Omar Vargas, a grand slam and 12 strikeouts. And they're not even going to mess around with Omar. Venezuela elects to intentionally walk Omar. And this is new a couple of years ago in Little League, back in 2021, that you can intentionally walk someone. Now, the number of balls needed for an intentional walk do get added to the pitch count. And you can only do that one time per game. So that's the one time they can intentionally walk Omar Vargas, at least intentionally like that. Of course, you're still allowed to get four as far out of the zone as you want to.
Yeah, that might be a strategy thing as well. But at the same time, if you have an opportunity with the base open, and you've already seen what he did with the bat, allow the next guy to beat you, and this is where Ian Corrales gets his opportunity.
El Tractorcito, the little tractor, nicknamed that because of his strength and his ability to drive in runs. And he's got two aboard. Takes ball one from Arturo Sanchez.
Got a chance to work with Corrales, doing some building blocks as a catcher. You can tell he's got quite the arm on him, but he's got such a great attitude as well. And that's one thing I love about Ian Corrales.
And you think he's got a lot of good role models in terms of Panamanian catchers to look up to.
Absolutely. One of the ones that we had talked about, Christian Betancourt, catcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. Talked about Ivan Herrera with the Cardinals. A lot of young Panamanian players coming up in the big leagues as we speak.
That's down, and nice job by Adrian Soto to pounce on it and keep the runners put. Look out. Corrales ducks out of the way, and it's 3-1.
And if you're Arturo Sanchez, just trying to relax, calm the nerves a little bit, get back into the strike zone. Obviously using a lot of off speed. That seems to be his go-to, but now it's about controlling it and commanding it.
Is 3-1. Misses, and Panama's got him loaded here in the first.
And I like that at bat from Corrales, not overly aggressive, understanding the guy got walked right in front of him in Omar Vargas. A lot of times you'll see the young players try to, go get the baseball, try to be extra in trying to get the barrel out, but he was able to stay disciplined. I like that at bat.
Janillo Gutierrez, the manager for Venezuela, comes out for a visit.
Hey, Arturo, la mecánica. Te estoy balanceando mucho, ¿viste? Mucho. Mantén los hombres libres y tira. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Tú duele algo? No importa, ya sabemos todo. No pasa nada. Oíste, no se te salgáis tanto, ¿viste? Llámalo. Vamos a tirar un buen pitch ahí donde te la pide. Rolly por el pitch, tira bien doble play por home. Hey, vamos a hacer un doble play. Yo sé que vamos a hacer un doble play. Oyeron, confianza pues, vamos. Vamos.
Work on your mechanics. Nothing's wrong. Just work on the mechanics, get back in the zone, and try to get a double play here.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just focus on getting back to repeating your delivery, and you're a ground ball away from no runs being put on this board.
1 out, bases loaded, and Iker Sanchez, first pitch swinging on the ground at Nunez, and a run scores and safe at second. Hot shot from Sanchez, and Panama strikes first.
And the one thing I like there, Sanchez aggressive early in the count, something right there. Just takes what the pitcher gives him. Now defensively, it looked like maybe Nunez was trying to be a little quick with this transfer and was thinking about throwing it to second before he got to it.
And now Sonny Guerra in the air to right. Catch made, and tagging and scoring. Vargas is in to make it 2-0.
Really nice job, Sonny. Same thing, right? Aggressive early in the count. You get a pitch, you just drive it to the outfield, you get yourself a sacrifice fly, not trying to do too much. Now, what I really liked is the tag from first base to second, because you got to overthrow from the right fielder and Trompies, and at the same time, as a base runner, I got to be looking for that and ready to advance. Now you got runners on second and third.
Arturo Sanchez, the pitcher for Venezuela, just went off into the dugout. And hopefully everything's all right. Looks like it is. And just gets the equipment adjusted and comes back to work. So he's got a chance here to limit the damage to 2. Got the fly ball to right after the ground ball to second. And now faces Edwins Lopez with 2 on. It starts out just outside the zone to Lopez. Inside, 2-0 the count on Lopez.
And I can't understate the value of advancing the runners on that sacrifice fly. Both Sanchez and Corrales being able to advance both themselves in scoring position right now. Base hit could score you another 2.
3-0 on Lopez. Flip side of this for Venezuela. We've talked about it over the last few days, and we say it every year. There is heightened emotion when you step onto this stage for the very first time. And again, even though we're 3 days into this, first game for Venezuela.
Right.
Arturo Sanchez deals with a strike.
And I think that's important to remember, right? Panama, who already has a game under their belt, those nervous, anxious kind of feelings, those emotions, get an opportunity to leave after that first game, and you get yourself settled in here.
3-1. There's the strike as well as Sanchez battles back and runs it full.
And like you mentioned, if you can limit the damage here to 2 runs for Arturo Sanchez and this Venezuelan team, you can still give yourself some momentum going back and getting the bats going for yourself.
His 3-2 to Lopez. Misses, and they're loaded again for Panama. Arturo looking off at his manager, Janio Gutierrez, with 2 outs loaded up in his 25th pitch. A strike 1 to Ian Vargas, the first baseman for Panama. Ian got hit by a pitch in the first game Wednesday against the Czech Republic side. Nicknamed Shaggy because he's got a pair of Scooby-Doo socks. And you see he wants to be a vet. His grandfather runs a foundation where he takes care of stray animals, and because of that, Ian's been inspired to be a vet when he's older. Nubs one off the end of the bat at Nunez, who ends the inning. So Sanchez does limit it to 2, but Panama leads after 1 on day 3 at the Little League World Series. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Let's check in with Sebastian.
Thanks, guys. I got Luis Vargas' parents here, Luis and Jocelyn. They're the only parents that made it from the team in Venezuela. Let's get a sense of what they're feeling. ¿Cómo ha sido esta experiencia para ti como padre?
Muy grande, de verdad que es una experiencia, un sueño como padre, tanto que tu hijo vaya para un mundial. No es fácil, es muy bonito, muy bonito.
Says it's a dream as a father. Getting to a world championship as a kid is not easy, so it's something very beautiful. Now we're going to get the real emotion, las emociones de la mamá. Okay, ¿cómo te sientes al ver tu hijo participar en este torneo?
Súper feliz y orgullosa. De verdad, mi hijo cada día me asombra más. Su manera de comportarse, la madurez que ha tenido. El equipo es grandioso porque todos son familias, todos se portan tan bien entre ellos, pero es que eso viene de casa. Tienen unos padres increíbles. De verdad, las pequeñas ligas San Francisco también se ha vuelto el hogar de los niños y los niños son felices jugando y eso es importante.
She's very proud of her son, and every day she says she's more surprised at his maturity and how he's handling the situation. She says the team is very unified and the parents, everybody very together here, so obviously that's a big part of their success. A ver, cuéntame, ¿qué te ha dicho tu hijo de su experiencia aquí? ¿Cómo lo está disfrutando?
Sí, le encanta, inclusive a veces le pregunto cómo hace con el idioma porque él no habla inglés y aquí muchos niños hablan en inglés. Y él me dice que los niños se comunican y eso me hace muy feliz, le encanta la comida. Me dice que las personas son súper cordiales y amables con él. No sé, él está feliz. Yo pensé que iba a estar triste, que iba a extrañar a mamá y no, jamás extraño a mamá. E inclusive a veces habían días que no me llamaba porque decía, mamá, me estaba divirtiendo demasiado, estoy de vacaciones. Él creía que estaba de vacaciones.
All right, so she thought that her son would miss her more as mom. Instead says no, she's having the time of his life. She was worried he wouldn't be able to speak to people because obviously English is what they speak here, but she says he's making tons of friends up in the Grove, really enjoying the experience. Muchas gracias y buena suerte en lo que queda del torneo.
Gracias a ti, muy amable.
We'll send it back up to you guys.
That's unreal. I mean, she's more poised on camera and with a microphone in front of her than I am.
She was putting Sebastian's translating to the test. I'll tell you that right there.
And while her son, Luis Vargas, bats for Venezuela, all poised all around, and Luis works the leadoff walk and is the first base runner for Venezuela with a proud mother watching here in the second.
Yeah, you got to love that too. Just obviously the emotion, the energy coming from Luis's mom, but then his ability to go out there and be disciplined at the plate. That's what continues to stick out to me, their ability to stay disciplined, look for a pitch in the middle, and got on base.
Brings up Adrian Soto. It's so cool with Luis and with his parents here. And again, as Sebastian said, the only parents of any of the players on the Venezuelan team. And Luis says he plays Little League because as a child, he lived it. He said with his dad and his uncles, they always played, and day by day, it became his passion. And he has started the fire for Venezuela in the second as Soto gets hit by the pitch from Ruben Canto. And Venezuela, after going down by 2, promptly has 2 aboard.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point there, right? We understand that, you know, these parents become like parents for all the kids. And we, you know, us having played Little League, so many people haven't played Little League. It's almost like you remember those memories with the other kids' parents just as much as your own because you become close-knit families.
Oliver Arcia, the manager for Panama, comes in.
Hey, ven acá. ¿Quién son los mejores?
¡Nosotros!
Son los mejores, te van arriba. Tranquilízate, disfruta el juego. Encima de él. Cuando te pido curva, tírala afuera para que él se vaya de boca. No importa que botes un picheo. Tú eres el mejor aquí. ¿Quién es el mejor? Tú eres el mejor. Vamos arriba, equipo.
Who's the best? We are. Use that outside corner and let's get the curveball going. Let's go, team. Oliver Arcia, at 26 years young, the manager of this group. We told you the other day his assistant coaches are 25 and 24. You guys said a combined age of 75 when you add it all up for those 3. Taking this Panama team here to Williamsport. Aaron Villalobos is the first baseman who bats 6th for Venezuela. And Corrales, the catcher, barking out instructions to Iker Sanchez at 3rd. Slice foul, and it's 0-2. Aaron's a big fan of JT Real Muto, and he's superstitious as well. He says he always puts something in his pocket. When asked, what do you put in your pocket, he says, well, it could be anything. It could be a bag of seeds, something else. And then his other superstition, he wrote down, I don't clean my tacos. Not exactly sure what that means, but maybe a picky eater.
Could dive into that one.
Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Ruben Canto to set down Villalobos. And a first out here in the 2nd for Canto.
Get another look at this. We talked about working the curveball. Keep it down there. You do a good job of getting swing and miss. That's a good way to answer back right after 2 guys getting on base via the walk and hit by pitch.
Again, Canto pitched the 5th inning on Wednesday. Struck out 2. Only needed 16 pitches, so that made him eligible to come back the very next day. And now a couple of days later, he faces Arturo Sanchez. He starts out with that arm side run you were talking about earlier. Big chance for Arturo to help himself out. Backup breaking ball. Arturo's special talent is cooking. If you talk to him about it, he lights up. Likes to make bread, arepas, and empanadas. 1-2.
You got to believe Arturo's looking for an opportunity to bring across that first run for Venezuela, knowing that he had a little issues with his command early on in that first inning. You know, he's trying to find a way to answer back for his team.
1-2. Strike 3 called. Ruben Canto dots some gas on the quarter. Back-to-back Ks.
Yeah, and he changed speeds on you real well. Do a good job with that curveball, but then brings that fastball. Looked like almost a little two-seam running back over the plate. Maybe a little cut fastball. I don't know, but that thing was located perfectly.
With life. 2 down. Endrick Avila's the batter. Ruben tries to compose himself here in the 2nd. Standing at 5'1", 95 pounds, and with 2 on. Strike 1 to start.
He likes that inside corner. That's one of those areas in which if you learn to pitch inside, you could have an advantage to expand the zone, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground, up the middle, a base hit for Avila. Vargas from 2nd scores, and Venezuela cashes in and is on the board.
And that's a huge at-bat by Avila, being able to stay through the middle of the field. Get another look. Look at this barrel placed perfectly on this baseball. Just out of the reach of Rodriguez at 2nd base. They got their first run on the board.
And Endrick Avila fired up here in the 2nd. Now this one skitters away, but Ian Corrales springs to it. Soto stays put at 2nd as Jose Nunez bats for Venezuela. 2nd baseman who says he would most like to meet Jose Altuve because, of course, he plays the same position. th pitch of the 2nd for Canto is a strike. Canto known to be the spark plug of this Panamanian team. trying to preserve the lead. Buckles for strike 2. Two on, two out, 1-2. On the ground, up the middle, and it bounces off Vargas into center. Soto scores, and we're tied.
You hit the ball hard somewhere, good things happen. You give yourself an opportunity. This ball's a hot shot. Kind of took a hop on Vargas over there at shortstop. Either way, it offers an opportunity for Venezuela to tie this thing up. They've done a nice job here with 2 outs.
And you mentioned it a few times now, X. There's been hard contact from Venezuela.
And I think you got to take solace in the fact that you're putting balls in play. You're starting to get some momentum going on your side, and you can feel the energy right now.
This is Alexander Nava, the only 11-year-old on this Venezuelan team. Coaching staff says he has improved among the most of anyone on this roster. When he came here to Williamsport, he was on a plane for the first time. Swung and missed, but it bounced away and allowed both runners, Avila and Nunez, to move up 60 feet.
And I think that's one of the biggest compliments you can get from your own coach is knowing that you've been one of the most improved. That means you've developed, you've done the right things to get yourself to an opportunity to play in these types of games on this type of stage.
And he finds himself in a big spot, the 1-2. And he flicks it foul to stay alive.
Especially as an 11-year-old, right? You understand that, you know, there's obviously going to be much more maturity and development, but the big thing for these kids is continuing to work on the little things, continue to be disciplined, continue to get one step better each and every day.
1-2 again. Popped up, foul ground, and Vargas gave a diving bid, but just out of Ian's reach. You said there was pregame, X. You thought there would be more offense in this game than the first few days.
I thought the sticks might come out today, and seems like we're seeing some more barrel.
1-2 on the ground toward Omar Vargas. Inning over. Venezuela ties it, and they brought the juice.
Venezuela doing it. They scratch a couple runs, they tie this thing back up, and you see the energy, you see the emotion, you see the excitement.
Lots of memories so far. Hopefully no more rain, please, and thank you in advance. On the international side, how about this? 3 no-hitters in the first 4 games that we've had here.
We're seeing that good pitching, no doubt about that. But as this tournament continues, we'll see the bats start coming out, especially from this international side.
See that bottom line, the early stars. Fan Chun-Jun from that Taiwanese team representing Chinese Taipei in the Asia Pacific region. He was unbelievable. And we hesitate to use that word, but it's absolutely appropriate with him. He missed it yesterday. Touched 81 miles an hour with his fastball, which is the equivalent, based on reaction times, of 105 in Major League Baseball.
It just don't even sound right when you say it. 105. And I'm in Little League, got to face that. Wow.
At a 71 mile an hour slider. Now we got a 2-2 game here in the international bracket. Venezuela ties it up against Panama. The bats in the last of the second with Isaac Vasquez against Arturo Sanchez.
2-1.
Bouncer, Sanchez gloves. 1 down.
Gotta love that, coming back. If you're Venezuela, you score a couple runs, get back out there, you get behind the first hitter, but Okay, you stay in the count, get back and get that first out. That's big right there.
Again, as they settle in, and Sanchez nodding and perhaps building confidence here for Venezuela in the second. Here's Lucas Gonzalez. Takes on the inside edge for strike one. Line drive, foul. Nothing at 2 on Lucas. This guy's nickname is Lukita Doncic. It's not even for basketball reasons. Apparently a coach in school back in Panama just started referring to him after Luka Doncic, and the name stuck, as the best nicknames often do. Contreras is there in center. Gonzalez retired, and a couple quick outs for Arturo Sanchez.
Nice job of Sanchez getting back, commanding his pitches, but you know, if Lucas Gonzalez gets an opportunity to come back, keep your eye on him, because he had some good swings right there in that at bat. Just missed one foul down that right field line and then put a good one into play right there. He's got a good swing.
He's out number 2, and it brings up Nessin Santos. Good cut from him as well. Nessin on Wednesday against the Czech Republic. He singled in his only at bat. And how about this? He's one of 3 players on this Panamanian team that only started playing baseball last year. He looks polished for a rookie. Nothing at 2.
I mean, incredible when you think about it, right? To just start playing last year, then all of a sudden you're at Williamsport. That's got to be an ultimate goal, and it tells you a lot about how quickly he's developed. It reminds me that no matter at what age, if you love something, you're passionate about it, you work at it every day, you'll get an opportunity to get yourself better in a hurry.
And here he is as a 12-year-old. Couple good takes against Sanchez. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's also probably something he saw his friends doing it, having a good time with it, and just being able to have an opportunity to hang out with the guys, right?
More time with the boys.
2-2.
Arturo's 2-2. Up high. Full count. By the way, the wind is howling these first couple of innings here. In a way, it certainly wasn't the first 2 days in Williamsport.
Yeah, we got a good breeze. Look like it's going out to right field.
Would you call that howling?
That's pretty good. All right. Yeah, it's howling.
Little self-doubt crept in. Up and in, and Santos works a good plate appearance, and he's got a 2-out walk. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Well, visit playlittleLeague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. You've been dancing at all?
I haven't started dancing yet. I've been pacing myself. I was wondering when we were going to start to see the gritty come out, because you know that's a popular one amongst the 11 and 12-year-olds today.
Great call, X. Great call. Adalberto Venado bats and takes strike 1. If you were to power rank the top dances among 12-year-olds, what are they?
The gritty's got to be one of them. The floss, that's one still going on.
Okay.
What else are they doing today?
Which ones can you do, and are you willing to do them?
I'm not doing any of them. I'll tell you that. No.
Why not?
Because that's for the kids. I'm not going out there embarrassing myself.
So you're telling me you're not a kid at heart? That's all I heard.
Hey, don't challenge me first and foremost, okay?
I've made my position clear.
If I gotta go out there and do the gritty, and that's what the people want, I'll give it to them.
We need it. 2-2 on Venado.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think the gritty, floss,
the celebrations when they hit doubles and whatnot, that's the thing that I love watching. They're all different.
Cut and a miss, and Sanchez strikes down Venado on the 2-2. X will be dancing to break like this.
Yes, the floss. I told you they still doing the floss. Dugout hitting it with Team Panama. Oh, Venezuela get it too. I love it.
Ah, I am never gonna figure this out. Gabriel, me dicen que eres el maestro del Rubik's Cube. Enséñame. ¿Qué tan rápido lo puedes hacer? ¿Cuál es tu récord?
27 segundos.
¿27 segundos?
Sí.
¿Cuánto llevas haciendo esto?
2 meses.
2 meses nada más.
Sí.
Imposible, no te creo. ¿2 meses en serio?
Sí.
¿Y tus compañeros del equipo qué te dicen de esta calidad única que tienes?
Que soy rápido.
¿Sí?
Sí.
A ver, ¿las manos más rápidas aquí o en el béisbol?
Aquí.
Aquí, ok. Wow, esto lo vas a hacer en menos de 1 minuto. ¡Perfecto! Gabriel, impresionado. Muy bien.
Gabriel Villalobos due up this inning. Gabo, 12-year-old at 4'10", special talent, Rubik's Cube, and he proved it.
The Rubik's Cube is something special. Like the kids that can do that quick, just people in general that can do it that quick is pretty cool.
And they say what, 30 days to develop a new habit? And he said not even 2 full months for him to figure it out.
It's like all an equation too, right?
I think so. I've never done it, but I think so.
You gotta lock that in.
2 hours scored of the third. With Xavier Scruggs and Sebastian Salazar, I'm Mike Monaco, our entire crew behind the scenes, led by Scott Gustafson and Dan McVan. Winner of this one against Curacao on Monday afternoon right here on ESPN. Loser, meanwhile, plays Sunday morning against whoever wins tomorrow among Australia and Cuba. David Pedroso leads off for Venezuela here. Ahead in the count 2-0 against Ruben Canto. So again, we ask people like what's their special talent, all sorts of questions. They're what you see when a player comes up, favorite athlete, those sorts of things. You ask also, just tell us something, anything. It often gets good answers. And David said, yesterday I saw a guy spill all his Scrabble letters on the road. I asked him, what's the word on the street? That's pretty good.
That is good. It's a good little dad joke right there I can use.
Try it out. It's all yours. That's a strike from Canto, and it's 3-2 on David.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Canto fires on the ground, foul.
So much personality with these kids. I know I got to hang out at the Grove last year. I plan on going back this year, but it's cool to see all the kids from the different countries and teams all interacting with each other. To me, that's one of the best parts.
And Pedroso works a leadoff walk in the third. The Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile continues with 3 more games after this one. Finally get to watch the team from Tennessee back here for a 3rd straight year out of Nolensville. They go up against Rhode Island, who is mighty impressive on day 1. And then Japan and Mexico should be a good one. Texas already has a win. And the final team to play is North Dakota. First time we've had a team from the state of North Dakota here in Williamsburg. Here's Luis Rangel. That's strike 1 from Canto.
Interesting here. We got the corners in, first baseman and Vargas, as well as Sanchez over there at third, looking for maybe a bunt situation.
Rangel swinging, and he's down 0-2. Rangel is nicknamed El Zurdo, the lefty. Oh, 2. Painted. One gone.
And you said it, Mike. This was painted right there on the corner. It doesn't get much better than this. It's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on just because it looks like it's outside, but at the same time, that's one of those ones maybe too close to take. Nice job by Canto.
He's got his first down, now faces the Rubik's Cube solving Gabriel Villalobos, the left fielder. Big fan of Juan Soto, a left-hand batter, just like Soto. Two and 0.
Now you got to be careful here with Pedroso over on first base and Villalobos here at the plate. If he looks to lay one down to third and nobody's covering third, Pedroso's got the speed to go from first to third on a bunt.
Ball.
And no sign of it yet, even with Panama expecting it. And now Ian Corrales goes out to chat with Ruben Canto.
This is just kind of about slowing it down, get Canto back in the zone. He's given a couple of freebies away. He's got 3 walks in this one and a hit by pitch. So you're just trying to slow him down. Hey, just play catch with me. Let him put it in play. See if they can beat us with the bat.
That's a strike. Reminder on the strike zone here in Little League, between the batter's armpits and the top of the knees when the batter's in a natural stance, according to the usual stance when they swing at a pitch. Down, and a 5-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Canto this inning. Check in with Sebi.
Hey guys, we got Christian Trompis coming up to the plate wearing the number 3 for Venezuela, and I think I got most of the Trompis family here with me. A lot of them living in the United States. I got his cousin Jesus. So what does it mean to you to see your cousin here at the Little League World Series, man? This must be amazing.
Oh, it feels so good to see him again after like 6 years ago, the last time I see him, and I feel so proud. And I have a member family over here representing Venezuela and the USA.
And so tell me, who all do we got here? Because I know it's not just you, right? We got some aunts, some uncles. Who else here?
Oh yeah, we got the 2 aunts, Yahaira and Janet. We got Ivan, we got Kenny, we got Carlos, and everybody's over here.
All right, and I'm sure you're sending word back to Venezuela. Is the WhatsApp blowing up yet? Everybody back home watching?
Oh yeah, everybody is just watching their TV right now and wishing the best.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Well, good luck for Christian and the rest of the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back up to you.
Amazing that, again, with only 2 parents for all the players on this Venezuelan team, to have family support even when you haven't seen your cousin in 6 years.
Not only that, Mike, you think about them being here in the United States before this tournament even starts. Just, man, if Christian gets here to be able to play in Williamsport, we'll be able to get to see him. The support started such long ago. Just hoping and wishing he would get to this point.
And here he is with 2 on. He rolls it at Omar Vargas, and the flip is in time for the force on Villalobos for out number 2. Pedroso to third, and Trompis is on to put him at the corners.
Yeah, really nice job by Vargas, because this ball had a little English on it, a little bit of that spin. Staying with it, knows his only out opportunities at second base. Just a perfect flip over there. And a nice job getting the force there at second.
So it goes back to the top now, the Venezuela lineup for Gerson Pereira. Grounded back to Canto on the bump to start this ball game. Backdoor, strike 1. Canto's 0-1, and he's ahead 0-2 of Pereira. Ruben Canto's catcher and teammates converged on the mound, and he has locked it in here since in this 3rd inning. He's trying to leave 2. Bouncing ball foul.
And just before you mentioned that, I was going to say Corrales, you can tell that there's such a leadership aspect to his game. He's really good at slowing it down for the pitcher. He'll come out in front of the plate as a catcher and tell the guys where they're supposed to be, tell them heads up. Does a really good job of managing the game behind home plate. You can tell that's something that he really takes pride in.
Fundamentally sound with leadership too. Canto's ready. 0-2 to Pereira. Struck him out. Back-footed the breaking ball. And on the drop third strike, Corrales didn't throw it.
Yeah, I think he was assuming there was going to be an automatic out there, but with 2 outs, the runner can advance from first base, and you got to make sure you get that out over there at first. He did a great job by blocking the ball and staying in front of it, keeping it right there. But just a little lapse of judgment there and forgetting that he needs to get, that has to be an out there at first. See him doing a great block right there, and then just forgot.
So it gives a chance to Leonard Contreras for Venezuela with the bases loaded here in the third and 2 outs. Contreras popped to short his first time against Canto 2 innings ago. Fastball this time, and it's into right field, a base hit. Pedroso scores. Tropez right behind him. And Leonard Contreras gives Venezuela the lead.
Yeah, Leonard Contreras really makes it pay when these bases are loaded. Just a solid swing there. You see the backside rotate through, balanced legs, taking the ball the opposite field. Scratches another 2 on the board there, and he's pumped.
We told you he is the gazelle, and he smoked that. And now his legs aboard. And Osman Basabe bats with Contreras on and Pereira at second after that drop third strike. Nothing at 2 for Canto.
And I don't know if Corrales, thought there was maybe less than 2 outs there in that situation where the drop third strike, but it ultimately cost his team. Nice play there, though.
Caps the K this time. Indeed. And Venezuela in its first game here at the Little League World Series this year has its first lead.
Welcome to the MLB Little League Classic from Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Play with all of these Little Leaguers from 20 teams watching on Sunday.
And so cool. Bryce Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Bryson Stott, UNLV Rebel Bryson Stott will be here. Oh, it's going to be fun. And all the Nationals.
We were hanging out last year with Xander Bogaerts and Jason Varitek when the Red Sox were here. In that matchup against the Orioles. And I remember Xander saying that on their flight in from Baltimore that morning that they were locked in watching that 9 a.m. game that Curacao was playing in. Xander being from Aruba, very closely watching one of those other countries of the ABC Islands.
Well, that's one of the things that fans at home watching now can understand, that in all the major league clubhouses right now, they're all watching the Little League World Series. That's just one thing that they're glued into watching while they're even preparing for their own game. Because we understand it brings you back to those early day memories. And it reminds you and it gives you the perspective of why you even started in the first place.
Arturo Sanchez is facing Alan Rodriguez here in the bottom of the third. Arturo now pitching with a lead. Yeah, no doubt they were locked into Fan Chun Jun, the Taiwanese starting pitcher, yesterday for sure. A strikeout to start the last of the third, and we check in with Sebastian.
Guys, I'm down here with the Panama fans, and I met one with just an incredible story. My man, Tell us your tale. Why are you here at the Little League World Series? Because there's no connection, right, to the team.
There's no connection to the team. I grew up in the Little League program back in Panama. I went through the Latin American Championship program. We lost against Venezuela, the Venezuelan team.
So this game cuts
means
deep.
a lot. Yeah, this is deep for me. So we lost against the same program here in 1982. The Latin American Championship was in Maracaibo, Venezuela, and then whoever won came to the Little League World Series. It was only one representation from Latin America. So lost here. Then afterwards, in 1983, we lost to the Dominican Republic in the championship game. So, you know, I was this close to come to Williamsport, and it didn't happen. And thereafter, you know, just went and played professional baseball.
I was the Yankees organization.
I was with the Yankees organization. I was roommate with Mariano Rivera. He was my
name drop, nice.
Name drop, yeah. We played together in Single A in the farm system of the New York Yankees. And love the Little League program. They do a great job in Panama. I'm friends with the organizers as well. And saludos to el señor Plinio Castillo in Panama. And, you know, always Panama first.
And what does it mean to see your country represented on this stage?
It's beautiful. It's something beautiful. The Little League program is beautiful. It's something that, you know, inspired the kids and, you know, to just have a better life, you know, inspirational. Great job in the Little League program, and shout outs to ESPN.
All right, hey, we do our part. Cesar Perez, muchas gracias. Thanks for being with us. Guys, back up to you.
How about that? I mean, 1982, you lose to Venezuela, but the pride that you have in Panama and the fond memories you have of Little League, you come back to watch him. The pitch goes up high and it hits Aymar Lima off the helmet. And hopefully he's all right. Look at that. And Arturo is going to come over to check on Aymar Lima. Taps his chest, daps him up. That's awesome.
That's love right there. This is one of the tough ones. You know, you get a ball that you almost don't have enough time to react, but honestly does a good job of doing the one thing that you can, kind of turn your body away from it. Luckily, he's feeling good. He bounced back up, and it's a tough little dude right there.
Janio Gutierrez, the manager.
Corre.
We'll make the move. We'll step aside as well in a 2-run game and then back to South Williamsport. It all gets started this Saturday with opening weekend coverage of the Bundesliga. Dortmund and Cologne. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific with a 12:30 kickoff over on ABC. Also on ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes. Well, good to see that Aymar Lima was all right. Arturo Sanchez departs, pitched well, exits with the lead, and gives way to Luis Orangel, who replaces him on the mound for this team from Maracaibo, Venezuela. Told you the nickname is El Zurdo, the lefty. Saw him snapping off some breaking balls here in his warm-up tosses. Got the Panamanian leadoff man, Francesc Rodriguez, who singled his first time and has the only hit for Panama. Outside, 1-1. It was cool hearing from Cesar Perez with Sebastian, and the first mention of Mariano Rivera. So many good pitchers from both these countries to look up to. Think of Rivera in Panama. Venezuela's had so many great big leaguers as well, and Maracaibo in particular. Ton of great major league players. On the ground, Rangel stabs to second. And Basabe there covering. Well done by Luis Rangel for out number 2.
Yeah, Rangel doing a nice job of reacting quickly, being able to get his glove in the right position. You see as soon as this ball's rocketed off the mound or rocketed back at him, does a nice job of securing that, knowing he's got to go to second for the force, and a very nice throw to get the force at second.
Now he's got to deal with Ruben Canto in the 2 spot. Sack bunt his first time, and he goes first pitch swinging here in the air to left at Gabriel Villalobos, and the inning is over. Luis Rangel does his job, and we go to the 4th. Venezuela up 2 on Panama. A summer in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We check out our game track brought to you by Geico. The mighty Susk off in the distance. 4 2-hour score, Venezuela in front of Panama. After Venezuela went down, they have responded, X.
Very nice job of responding last 2 innings. Now it's their job to continue doing so. They've done a nice job of starting to recognize off speed, being able to put some good at-bats together, get some guys on base. Anytime you can cause a little bit of traffic, that's going to give you an opportunity to do some things with the bat.
Down here at Volunteer Stadium, the site of all international bracket games. 10 international teams, 10 United States teams, of course. Modified double elimination format. And a champion crowned at the World Series 2 Sundays from now. 4, 5, and 6 for Venezuela against Ruben Canto. Starts with Luis Vargas. He walked to lead off the second after Venezuela had gone down 1-2-3 in the first against Canto.
For me growing up at his age, 11, 12 years old, ESPN was always on the TV.
Yeah, there's nothing but sports on TV. Canto with a strikeout of Vargas. 7th K for Ruben Canto. There's one gone in the 4th. How about this Panama pitching? Remember, they had 18 strikeouts in a combined no-hitter. They did have 4 strikeouts because of a drop third strike in the 6th and final inning of that win against the Czech Republic. And now 7 Ks already for Ruben Canto. Adrian Soto, the catcher, got hit by a pitch his first time. After the win on Wednesday, Panama's manager, Oliver Arcia, said that they would talk about the next starting pitcher and kind of figure out their decision, because he said after Omar Vargas, who again was outstanding Wednesday, said we have 3 more pitchers of high caliber. All 4 of those guys we trust against any team. But they trail by 2 against Venezuela.
And I think that's what's been impressive about Canto, is even though he hasn't necessarily had his best stuff, he's obviously, Venezuela's done a nice job of getting guys on base. He's continued to throw up some Ks and be able to get some swing and miss.
He's been mixing pitches quite a bit. 3-1 is a strike. Soto thought he had a walk.
You know you want to hit Adrian Soto.
He's the catcher. He's a big fan of Salvador Perez and also of Elias Diaz. Now he works his walk. I'm sorry, Blue. You're Sebi.
Hey guys, we told you earlier in the game there was only one set of parents from Venezuela that were able to make the trip. Those are the parents of Luis Vargas. However, everybody back home is watching. These are scenes from Maracaibo, actually from the stadium of San Francisco Little League. This is in the 2nd inning. There you see the reaction from the family members, all gathered. Just great scenes there. Everybody back home following along. Mike, I know your career is still in its ascendancy, but you can already put on your resume. Huge in Venezuela.
Yes, I hope to be, and it sounds like already am. Buenas tardes, amigos.
That's awesome.
That is so cool, seeing everyone locked in.
I was going to say, we got that footage pretty quick, right?
Really quick. I mean, 2 innings later. So thanks to everyone who is sending that in. Sounds like, according to Sebi, the WhatsApp is popping off.
It's cooking.
We got to find a way to get into the WhatsApp just to see what's
into the text thread.
Yes. This is Aaron Villalobos over the mound at Omar Vargas. Bag spin throw. Got him. What a cannon from Omar Vargas.
Wow. And that's how you draw it up right there. No need to flick that one. You take that one yourself. It's coming through the middle. You say, I got it, I got it. Vargas with this athleticism. Glove, foot, spin, throw.
Now they might have a look at this. Venezuela appears to want to challenge this. You can challenge twice, and if we go extras, each team gets another. You retain it if your challenge is successful. And it does look like Venezuela wants to have another look, and they will enact video replay. First baseman's foot perhaps off the bag as well, at least at the end. Certainly was.
I mean, this was a bullet, though, coming from Vargas at shortstop.
No joke.
The ability to spin, pick up your target, and throw a bullet was a magnificent play either way, and this one's going to be close.
So it's really close in terms of foot coming down for the runner, ball in the glove on the throw, but then the next question is as well.
Foot on.
Yeah, is Ian Vargas, the first baseman, able to keep his foot on the bag once the throw does enter his mitt?
Credit Ian Vargas for the stretch, though, because if he doesn't stretch and come toward this ball, that's going to be an automatic safe. Now, when the ball hit the mitt, I thought that his toe was on there, but looks like he's safe.
Yeah, so a successful challenge for Venezuela. And so Aaron Villalobos is on with 2 down.
He's on there. Credit Villalobos getting down the line, smelling out an opportunity to keep this inning going for his team.
It's really close. About as close as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just impressed with the play itself. Tim Kirkshin just sent me a text and what a play. You know when you're getting a quick text after seeing those types of plays that people are impressed. And that's what I was locked in on.
The rocket arm of Omar Vargas. We know Timmy loves the middle infield play in particular here. And we have seen some fine play already. Pitch count is at 80 as well for Ruben Canto. Now asked to face Arturo Sanchez, the pitcher to start this game for Venezuela. Chef Sanchez waits and takes strike. 1-1 from Canto. '83rd pitch is down and away. Again, if you need a reminder, pitch limit for the 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds here, which is essentially all the players we have, 85 pitches per day. You can finish an at-bat once you get to that threshold, and then depending on how many pitches you throw, different days of rest required. Call the ball, 3-1.
You can tell Canto getting a little bit frustrated, thinking that that was a strike. You know, you just got to keep mentally stay focused. Get this last batter. You already got 2 outs.
So it will be the last batter he faces. And a full count on Arturo Sanchez.
3-2.
3-2 inside. So the challenge has thrown a wrench into Panama's plans here in the fourth. Now you need to make a pitching change, and you have to do so when Venezuela has 2 on and already leads this game by 2. Listen in to Oliver Arcia, all smiles as the manager comes out.
Ven, pues, ya no hay más picheo. Ven acá. Buen trabajo, lo hiciste bien, lo hiciste bien. Abajo, todo quieto. Abajo.
Says, good job, you did great. Ruben did, keeps it a 2-run game.
Hey, no, ya. Vamos.
The Little League Baseball World Series presented by T-Mobile rolls on at the top of the hour with Tennessee and Rhode Island. And for Tennessee, that means Stella Weaver. What'd you say, Stella and the fellas?
Stella and the fellas.
She starred as both a hitter and a pitcher in the regionals for Nolensville, Tennessee, coming out of the Southeast yet again. I mean, think about that. The same Little League getting here 3 years in a row, led by the same manager, Randy Huth. I mean, do we throw the D word around, dynasty, or what?
Don't put too much pressure on them, Mike.
They've earned it. All right, Alan Rodriguez comes on, second arm for Panama in this game. He pitched in relief Wednesday against the Czech Republic and enters in a bind. He's trying to keep his Panamanian team within 2 in the fourth with 2 on. Hendrik Avila had an RBI single his first time and takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
And Rodriguez not messing around, dropping that thing in immediately. Runners in scoring position. He's going to use that breaking pitch.
Allen worked the 6th in that game, and he actually struck out 4 batters because of that drop third strike we mentioned. 22 pitches for him, and that outing ineligible to go today. His 0-2. Breaking ball again. Alan Rodriguez extinguishes the fire. Panama trails and bats next. Little League stats are provided by Game Changer, the official scorekeeping and stats technology partner of Little League and the Little League World Series. Game Changer now offers free live streaming for regular season local youth games, plus automatic video highlight clips when you stream and score your games. Texas and Cuba, it looks like, in the building. Getting ready to take it all in. They got some dance moves up there. Texas team does.
Hey, that's what it's about, though. Show off the moves. They know they're on TV.
Luis Rangel goes back to work. Saw that Cuba group. Eduardo was having some fun with them yesterday. Took them to get fast food at McDonald's. Their first time ever going to McDonald's for all but one player on that team. Omar Vargas goes first pitch swinging, and he skies one at Contreras, who adjusts on a windy afternoon to make the catch.
A little wind, a little sun. Nice job of Contreras staying with that one. That was not an easy ball off the bat. That's big because that could have been an automatic double. He's going to go get the shades now, I think.
Arturo Sanchez delivers him.
Sorry, the kids are calling them Sonnies, I believe, right?
That's what Australia was calling them. The manager for Australia was referring to them as Sonnies, and Eduardo has said that he's on board with it fully. Did you like playing with him in the field?
I did. You know, sometimes you do have to put them on top of the hat because it'll cause a little bit of a glare. So sometimes when you're wondering, okay, why has the kid got the glasses on the hat? Sometimes if you put them on, it could be worse because of the glare.
We are true baseball nerds. We had a fascinating discussion at dinner last night about fielding balls in the outfield. And Eduardo was saying that Jim Edmonds taught him to run not just on the balls of your feet, that sometimes help an outfielder when tracking, but to do it with your mouth open too.
Right.
And that'll help to avoid the head bobbing and moving so much that you lose focus when trying to run down a ball.
Yeah, and as someone that played corner outfield, that's definitely something that does help. Anything you can do from stopping your eye movement as almost a distraction and having the ball looks like it kind of jumps in the air on you, that's going to be big. As you mentioned, running on the balls of your feet, making sure you're not on the heels, because you think about landing on the heels while you're running just causes more movement of the body and ultimately the eyes as well.
I'd never heard that before on the mouth open.
Now, you may not only catch fly balls, you may catch bugs in the mouth and some different things, but at the same time, you got to sacrifice.
3-1 to Ian Corrales is laced into left field by Corrales. Bounces away from Villalobos. Corrales digs the throw. Safe at second. Ian Corrales smokes one and slides in safely.
Yeah, a really good swing here. See the pitch. Lean you out there to left, but one thing to me is the aggressiveness. As soon as he sees this ball is mishandled and left, he's off to the races. He doesn't stop, and then a nice slide there to get himself in there to second base.
Well, Chectorcito is on. Tying run to the plate in the 5 spot in the form of Iker Sanchez. And again, with the continuous batting order the way it is now, and what, 13, 14 hitters for both these teams. You're in the heart of your order right now. You only have 7 outs left to play with. This is go time. Line drive to first and caught. Villalobos to the bag. They got him. Looks like Panama wants to challenge. For now, it's a Venezuela double play.
Just one of those ones. Corrales a little bit aggressive on the line drive, and I mean the reaction, look how close that is. They might have got him right there. Villalobos right there. The quick reaction to catch that ball, throw a rocket down to second, make the play there. That's a huge double play.
And it looks like no challenge just yet. And now they will make their challenge. But we've seen it. We sure think it's going to stand as out and a double play. Hard contact, couple batters in a row for Panama. But Aaron Villalobos ready, and then he unleashed a howitzer. And Osman Basabe, the shortstop, raced to the bag with Corrales. Yeah, he's out.
And that's one of those reasons why, as a coach and as a player, you continue to emphasize understanding what to do after you get the ball. And like you said, call's been confirmed. He's out. That's a great double play right there for Team Latin America, Venezuela. I'm here with Team Ohio. This is a play I see a lot in Little League, a ball up the middle, a double play ball that the shortstop can just take himself, no need to flip. He can just tag the bag and say, I got it, throw it over to first base. Let's show him how it's done, guys. See, there's really no need to flip the ball there because he's so athletic, he can get to the bag himself. That's perfectly done, fellas. Speaking of perfectly done, let's check out Omar Vargas doing the same thing, but adding a little flair to it, a little spin. Again, the second baseman can peel off. And when you have an athletic middle infielder that can just take it himself and then make a strong throw over to first base, that's how you teach it right there. Just perfection.
If only we all could have the flair and the bazooka that Omar Vargas has. He's Panama's star. But Venezuela's got the lead, 4-2, fifth inning. Jose Nunez bunts it back at Alan Rodriguez, who's been sharp since he came on last inning.
Yeah, Rodriguez does a nice job bouncing off the mound, recognizing that he's trying to put one down. And remember, pitchers, especially at this level, at any level, you have to become an athlete and an infielder as soon as you release the ball. He was already anticipating it and creeping forward after he threw the pitch. He was ready immediately.
He just looks the part, too, on the mound. Now he faces Alexander Nava, batting for the second time. Pennsylvania's the coolest place. The 11-year-old Alexander Nava has traveled. This is his first time on a plane. He dreams of a future in pro baseball. And right now playing with his team from Maracaibo, Venezuela. It's the first time for this Little League here. San Francisco Little League. Venezuela as a country, as we told you, now 22 trips here. The first trip back since 2019. And of those 22, 16 of the Little League World Series appearances, Little Leagues from the city of Maracaibo. Louis Aparicio, probably most famously the Hall of Famer from Maracaibo, the 13-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glover, and of course the first Venezuelan to get into the Hall of Fame back in the 80s. Line drive toward third. Iker Sanchez throws out Nava.
You know what I also thought was pretty cool is the Venezuela manager Gutierrez. He received texts from the Rockies catcher Elias Diaz, who was from the same area. Just those texts of encouragement, right? Knowing that there's so many people who played and are at the big league level from Venezuela, just watching you and excited about this team.
Think about that. This year's All-Star Game MVP is from the exact neck of the woods that these guys are from, and is texting their manager about their journey here.
No, he didn't. And there's such an appreciation for these kids. You know, they get a lot of gear when they first get here, and we see a picture of Diaz and his own, trip to the big leagues, debuting in 2015. Made quite the name for himself as the Rocky. But I think about the kids' appreciation. A lot of them slept with their equipment, their gloves, when they first got here. All these kids get so much equipment, and to think how appreciative they are to sleep with it, that's on a whole nother level.
1-2 to David Pedroso, and he grounds it at Sanchez. Alan Rodriguez works a 1-2-3 fifth. Gloves on display right there for Panama.
This is Tim Corbin, head baseball coach at Vanderbilt University. On behalf of all of us here, congratulations to Randy, Chris, Mark, and the Nolansville players for finding your way back to Williamsport in the Little League World Series. Goes without saying that we're very proud of you guys and your journey and how you represent Nashville and also the state of Tennessee. Keep up the good work and best of luck.
Shout out from the head man of the Vandy boys as the Little League World Series continues today, riding into the weekend here on ESPN. They're up next, getting ready in about 10 minutes to take on Rhode Island. Let's check in with Sebastian Salazar.
Thanks, guys. We got Sonny Guerra coming to his plate, and we got his mom, Senya, here with me. Senya, how you feeling right now?
Well, right now I'm feeling a little bit nervous because my son is there, and I feel, well, actually I feel proud too because we are here, and we are going to win.
All right, I like the confidence. Very good. What has he told you about his experience so far? Surely he's enjoying it.
Yes, he's enjoying, and he said this is a dream that he all the time wanted, and now that it's reality, I'm so happy because he is living this experience, and it's amazing.
A dream, truly. What does it mean to you to know that the whole country back home is rooting on your son?
Yes, well, I feel happy. I don't know, I have many feelings right now.
En español, orgullo, ¿no?
Por supuesto, orgullosa, me siento orgullosísima de estar aquí, de estar panameña aquí en Williamsburg, con todos mis panameños, feliz, santiagueña, también todos los veragüenses estamos aquí presentes. So, I feel very proud and happy.
Great. Thank you so much for the time, Senia. Let's watch your son at the plate here.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh.
Guys, back to you.
It's all good, Sadie. That was foul. She is locked in as well. I mean, the parents, it's so cool hearing from their perspective, the pride they have, the mixed emotions, and to be able to verbalize it in the moment when you're watching your 12-year-old son, or in the case of Stella, your daughter out there. It's unbelievable. Great breaking ball from Luis Rangel there to strike out Sonny. One away, and Senia said it, even though Panama is down by 2, she says they will win.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love the confidence. Gotta love the confidence on this curveball right here from Rangel. That thing had some nice break to it right there, helping his team record that first out in the 5th.
One gone for Edwins Lopez, who ran it full and walked his first time back in that 2-run first inning for Panama. They've been held quiet since.
I mean, the support is big, Mike. I can't help but think about how much emotion is going through these parents. You tell that some of them are more nervous than the kids out there playing. I remember my mom would be yelling, and in the stands, I'd be, Mom, quiet down a little bit. You're the loudest one we hear. But it's just because they're so excited and they want to be out there and they feel the emotion of actually their kids out there.
Nothing to do on Lopez. Oh, good breaking ball again from Luis Rangel.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
That's got some good movement to it. You know, Venezuela, you got to be proud with their pitching performance so far, keeping this Panama team to 2 runs, especially holding them to 3 straight zeros in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th after giving up 2 in that first inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Two on the way, and a full count. Only 2 hits aside in this ball game.
Panama has to feel like if they can just get a little something going, some momentum going on their side, at least a base runner, they can get something cooking.
Rangel will step off ahead of a 3-2. No limit on disengagements here. Payoff, swing and a miss. Rangel trying to prevent that base runner, and there's 2 gone. The Little League Community Heroes Recognition Program helps to honor those dedicated individuals who not only volunteer their time at local Little League programs, but also contribute in other ways to improve their communities. And to learn more or to nominate a community hero, visit littleleague.org/community heroes. Here's Ian Vargas, the first baseman. First pitch swinging into left field, base hit. There's the base runner for Panama, tying run to the plate in the 5th.
He's looking into his dugout. He's excited. You know, aggressive early. Does a nice job there being able to get on base, but bigger than anything, it's like, okay, now we got something rolling. Right now, it's been a long time since we've been able to score one, but now we feel like we can do some things with somebody on base.
Now we go.
Yeah, now maybe a 2-out rally here.
Isaac Vasquez batting for the 2nd time. One of the assistants for Panama, Melquisedad Guevara, says Isak is the rookie of the team, but he's one of the best hitters. Fouled off the catcher Soto, and it's 0-2.
They need one of their best hitters right now with 2 strikes to just battle. Try to make something happen here.
Luis Rangel deals an 0-2. Line drive center field, and it drops a base hit. Isak Vasquez comes through, and he's fired up with the tying run aboard for Panama.
Yeah, it just gives you more life, right? It doesn't matter at any stage, from little league to the big leagues. You string a couple hits together, you feel like you have new life. You feel like, okay, I can pass the baton to the next guy. And when you see somebody in front of you have a good approach and do something big, especially with 2 strikes, you feel like you have an opportunity as the next hitter.
And then next bat is Lucas Gonzalez. He's one of the smartest players on the team. And I think he just swapped out what bat he wants.
And if you remember, Lucas, back in the 2nd inning, flied out to center field, and I had mentioned he had put some good swings together in the at-bat. He had just missed a foul ball to the right side and hit a good one to center field. Let's see what he does now.
First one to Luka Doncic is strike 1. Yeah, you had said that. I made a note of it in my book as well, flagging it for later. And how about this spot for Lucas Gonzalez, trying to steady himself in the box against Luis Rangel. 2 on, 2 out, 2-run game in the 5th. 0-1. That's up. Lucas said that in the final game of the tournament to get here, he felt very nervous closing things out in the 6th. The opponent loaded the bases. They were up. Felt like we were going to lose and not get here. They won it, and his nerves were lessened. This one on the infield, and he reaches to load him up for Panama.
I love it because Lucas Gonzalez is jumping up there over at first base, and Isak Vasquez is jumping over there at second base.
Lucas saw Isak jumping up and down and said, I got to do the same.
He started jumping. Bases loaded opportunity for Panama. This is the best opportunity they've had since the 1st inning.
And the batter is Nessin Santos. In his only at-bat Wednesday, he singled. In his only plate appearance today, he walked. He's got him loaded. And Janillo Gutierrez, Venezuela's manager, emerges.
Núñez, ¿no quiere jugar? Vamos, ponle, vamos. Hey, no te puede haber dado el 2-0 el batazo ese ahí, vamos. No pasa nada. Buen trabajo, dame. Vamos a ver, sácame este lío. 2 outs, ¿viste? Hombre en línea, trae. Buena eso, buen trabajo. Vamos. Da para el señor Núñez, da. Vargas anda para segundo. ¿Oíste?
Said be aggressive. Don't worry about that last play. We got 2 outs. Let's go. And he's going to make a move and turn away from the left-hander Luis Rangel, who pitched so well, and to go to his shortstop, Osman Basabe. He's one of the big power bats. We have seen him flash defensively as well, with huge baseball bloodlines we told you about earlier. Big league cousins, an older brother who got drafted by the Padres, and he steps on to replace Luis Rangel, who had the curveball working.
Yeah, Rangel did a really nice job today, and you even think about the defense behind him. They did a nice job of being able to make some good plays, him doing it himself, throwing it down to second there. You see him with the breaking ball working. That was his go-to pitch, especially with 2 strikes. But being able to command the strike zone, giving his team an opportunity to stay ahead in this one.
He departs after 2 1/3 scoreless. And now a 3rd Venezuela pitcher in this game, and a completely realigned infield defense for Venezuela in this high pressure spot. Basabe again to face Nessin Santos. Has reached in both plate appearances here in Williamsport. This one to the backstop. From third, Ian Vargas scores. And it's a one-run game.
And because of the velocity there, Basabe, a pitch up in the zone. See it just get past Soto. Offers Panama an opportunity to make this closer.
That one misses from Basabe, so 2-0 now the count on Santos.
If you're Santos, you got to be very selective here.
He takes up.
You got an auto take here. Make him throw you a strike before you offer to start swinging at his stuff.
And he works the walk. Team Panama and its fans are fired up.
I mean, right now as a hitter too, if you're Venado, you're trying to calm the nerves a little bit. Focus on just staying through the middle of the field, not trying to do a whole lot. But you want to see a strike first. You not necessarily taking a strike, but you want to make sure that he's commanding a pitch in the middle.
Quédate bajito, hombre en línea, y vos tiras strike. Fájate, papi, no puede pasar eso. Fájate, no darle la macota, es el pichón donde lo agarré. ¿Oíste? Está muy afuera el picheo. Dale, no te abras, te estás abriendo y te yendo la bola. Hombre en línea y busca atrás, no apunte, ¿oíste? Dale, pues ya, no pasa nada. Hey, tenemos una arriba, ¿oíste? Vamos, vamos.
Relax, just throw strikes. Don't rush. We're still up one, everyone. The message from Janillo Gutierrez. And we welcome those of you now watching the Little League World Series on ESPN2 as well. This is day 3 in Williamsport. And we got a one-run ball game in the 5th of this 6-inning game. And Alberto Venado bats and takes ball 1. And Osman Basabe with the strong arm trying to find the zone.
Yeah, and this is the balance as a hitter with bases loaded and opportunity. You're 1 run behind. You still got to be smart in this 1-0 count. You can be aggressive, but you got to get your swing off.
There's the strike, 1-1.
And I'm okay with that, right? If you want off, make sure that he's throwing strikes. But now you don't leave this at bat without getting your best swing off.
Venado lashes one foul. Winner gets Curacao on Monday afternoon. Loser plays Sunday morning against whoever wins tomorrow's first game of the day between Australia and Cuba. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 1-2. Just outside, and it's 2-2.
Oh, that was a good spot right there from Basabe. You know Venezuela wanted that one.
2-2. Outside, full count, and there is nowhere to put Alberto Venado.
The good thing, if you're Venado, you've seen 5 good pitches. You know which ones look like strikes. Now it's about making a good decision right here.
3-2. Fouled back. Boy, a couple of those good swings that you said Venado had to get off.
And as a hitter, what it does is just helps your timing. The more that you're able to get a couple swings off, you foul a couple off, you see more, that helps the timing of the hitter.
Payoff. Swing and a miss! Basabe puts out the fire and preserves the lead. How about that to keep it a 1-run lead as we go to the 6th? You can keep watching this game right here on ESPN2. Right now on ESPN, we get you up to Labadee and the United States bracket with Ravi. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Panama was fired up, and now the Venezuelan side can rejoice as well because they still lead X as we go to the 6th.
Yeah, I feel like we're just really getting started with both these teams. The excitement from both sides, Venezuela and Panama, it's been a clean played game. A lot of athleticism on display today. That's what I've loved most.
For Panama, a team that already won in the first game of this entire tournament Wednesday against the Czech Republic. Trailing by 1 now. Venezuela had to wait around to day 3 today to play its first game, representing the city of Maracaibo in Venezuela. And this San Francisco Little League here for the very first time in history. Luis Rangel bounces one off Alan Rodriguez. At Francesc Rodriguez, who handled that hop nicely.
Yeah, that was a perfect way to kind of get your body in position to read the hop, using the knees to stay down on the baseball. He wasn't stiff in his position, which allowed him to read the tough hop and stayed with it. That's a nice play right there by Rodriguez.
So he's got 1 down for his buddy on the bump, Alan Rodriguez, and now Gabriel Villalobos takes ball 1. Gabriel spoke about how this was his first time leaving Venezuela. He said while he's here, he wants to visit Disney. If he could squeeze that in as well.
I don't blame him. Magical place, I'll tell you that.
Sure is. You got to hit Space Mountain at some point.
Yes.
By the way, you planning to go down the hill this year?
Definitely going down the hill at some point, yes. Okay. Now the kids had me like snowboarding it, like
last year.
Yeah, standing up on the board, and that was actually more fun to me.
Nice bunt, but firm at Sanchez. 2 down. Little League Baseball World Series is presented by T-Mobile. It feels a little dangerous going down snowboard stuff.
It was at first, but then I realized once I got my balance, because most of the kids are doing it like on their feet now. And it just adds a little bit of that challenge. And I felt like, okay, if the kids can do it, I got to show that I'm still athletic enough to do it.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished with ease.
Dance moves, jury's still out. This is Christian Trompis. Reached down in error and scored his first time. And takes a strike from Alan Rodriguez. He's done yeoman's work since coming on in the 4th inning. He has faced 6 batters, and he set them all down after he struck out 4 in 1 inning of work on Wednesday. This dude is a weapon out of the pen.
Yeah, he's coming right at you. He's not playing around. He's looking at those strikes, and he's throwing them hard. He's got that look on his face, too. He's like, this is business.
What did we say? He's just got the look on the mound.
Morales has been working back there too. Done a nice job of keeping balls in front. That one way off. But you see him being able to move athletically behind the plate. One of the big reasons why he's a leader on this team. Does all the little things.
Still 2-2. Yeah, he's one of the big bats in the lineup for Panama, which is hoping to get it back to those big boppers in the next half inning. 14-player roster, and it'll be 13, 14, and 1 in the lineup in the 6th. Fouled away. Good job by Trompis. Alan Rodriguez is ready with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Disgusting breaking ball. And it's 7 up, 7 down for Rodriguez. Panama trails by 1 with 3 outs left to play. Since the Little League World Series field expanded in 2001, only one time, Louisiana 4 years ago, has a team won the championship after dropping its first game. So that's the importance when you get started here these first few days.
They got to try to lock up that first one, and that's the toughest one, right? Nerves, anxiousness, got to settle them down, just get towards playing the baseball that got you here.
And it seemed like Venezuela had some of that in the bottom of the first inning when Panama jumped down to a 2-0 lead. But then Venezuela ripped off the next 4 runs across the second and third. They've got a 1-run lead, trying to finish it off in the bottom of the 6th. This is Alan Rodriguez against Osman Basabe, and it's 2-0. That's a strike, 2-1. Basabe came on and faced 2 hitters in the 5th. 2-2. Gas up the ladder. Basabe's ready and deals. Two. Fouled back by Rodriguez.
And you can see everything's a little bit on the later side for Rodriguez right now. He's got to get started a little bit earlier. Basabe has some velocity, but also that slider has some good break to it too. You can recognize a little bit earlier, keep that barrel out.
Good take.
It's a nice job right there with his eyes.
Trying to get aboard for Panama. Popped up, foul ground toward first, and Aaron Villalobos hangs on for out number 1.
Nice job of Villalobos. Looked like he could have been fighting with the sun a little bit, but you see him immediately open up the hips, get to foul territory, secure that catch. That's a big first out for Venezuela.
And he's still been trying to get his vision back after staring right up into the sunshine. Now Aymar Lima in the 14th spot in the lineup for Panama. And a lineup about to turn over. Aymar started this game in center. Got hit by a pitch his first time off the helmet. Fortunately, he was able to stay in, but now he's down 0-2 against Basabe. Basabe's 0-2. Up high. One-two pitch. Yanked. More good patience from Panama.
That's the thing about Panama, is they're not afraid with 2 strikes. They're not afraid to let the count get deep. They'll work a good count.
2-2. Lima strikes out, and there's 2 gone.
Lima just doing it. It was tough for him to get to that one there, Lima, with that fastball up in the zone from Basabe. It looks so good up top, but it's one of those pitches you got to tell yourself, I got to get this down in the zone, because with the velocity, it's going to be tough to catch up to.
Osman Basabe, 1 out away from a Venezuela win, but he's got to face the leadoff man, Francesc Rodriguez. Single to start this game, and then got aboard on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. And he keep Panama going in the 6th.
Last to third and off the glove of Sanchez in the left.
Tying run is on. Big bats looming for Panama.
Yeah, these are the guys you want up right now, right? Rodriguez, your leadoff hitter, knows how to get something going. He's a catalyst, just sneaks it in there past right on the right side of that foul line. And now knowing he's got some speed, if you maybe hit a double, something in the gap, you give him an opportunity to run these bases and maybe tie this thing up.
Ruben Canto, a sac bunt and a fly out so far. Did he check his swing? He did not go. It's 1-0. Omar Vargas is on deck. He's already been intentionally walked once. You can't do it twice. 1-1.
If you're Basabe, the last thing you want to do is allow Omar Vargas to come up in this game. This is the guy you got to go after. You make Canto beat you.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Hard to watch. At the Little League World Series. 2 outs in the 6th. 1-2. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Canto.
I told you. Panama not afraid to get to 2 strikes. Got some good discipline. Good pitch recognition. Now it's really put to the test here with Deuces Wild.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Venezuela victorious.
Venezuela, really nice job after going down 2-0 after the first inning. Responded well with some good at-bats, specifically in that 2nd and 3rd inning, being able to put up some big runs, and they needed those runs as Panama would ultimately get another run in the 5th. But the pitching and defense really big for Venezuela to finish this one off. You see Basabe just heat, and more heat to finish off Panama for Venezuela's first W of the tournament.
They put up 4 runs on just 2 hits. They had to come from behind early in this game, and they get the job done and start things out here in Williamsport with a victory. And it sets up a matchup Monday afternoon against Curacao. Meanwhile, Panama in action Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time on ESPN. That's it. Venezuela wins it. For Xavier Scruggs, Sebastian Salazar, and our entire crew, Mike Monaco saying thanks for joining us here in Williamsport. Now let's send you to NBA Today.